JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, God had to allow this to happen for us and the world at large to see this man, said survivor. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. A member of Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries has shared a graphic and chilling account of last Sunday night's events at the church that spiraled into the killing of 2 congregants in what has been described as a human sacrifice ritual. The bloody incident, during which a 3rd congregant was shot dead by police as they tried to enter the building in Montego Bay, has shocked the country and earned the organization's leader, Kevin Smith, condemnation from local and international religious groups who have described what happened as demonic. The Pathways member who related the events asked not to be named, as he was ashamed that he had placed his trust in Smith, who appointed unto himself the title His Excellency, even during the mayhem that ensued when the throats of his fellow congregants were slashed and he was stabbed and shot in the back. Now regarded as a victim of a cult, the man said he no longer trusts members of the clergy. However, his faith in God remains firm. I got 2 gunshots in my back and I got a stab wound in my back, but I'm still giving thanks because it could have been worse. God had allowed this to happen for us and the world at large to see this man, he said in an interview last week. It has brought me to a point. I have not given up on God. I cannot forget God, and I'll never forget God, because if it had not been for the true and living God, I would be in a cold fridge right now waiting to be buried. But when it comes down to pastors, priests, evangelists, and prophets, I do not believe in them, and no one can get me to believe in them. This has pained me, it has pained my family. It has destroyed a lot of persons' lives, he said. Giving a chronology of Sunday's events, the man said he was at home with his wife and felt an urge to pray. He did so, then fell asleep. When he awoke, they set about cooking dinner. Me and my wife run come to me, it was like she was crying. She said, come, you see what they on Facebook? His Excellency so must come to the church now, the flood a come. Me start run up and down like me a idiot. Me run go get a pullover, and I got this green pants I pulled out over me yellow shorts as I was running out. After that, she said that he put up something else, that we should wear full white, the man related. He recalled that earlier, Smith had posted instructions to his flock to turn their cell phones off, wrap them in foil, and leave them at home. So we get to the church, but by that time they was putting on my shirt, and I heard him saying, I am God, come into the ark, come into the ark. So everybody I run, my wife and everybody run gone left me at the church, he said. And when him say, who is this that comes before me? Everybody have to declare themselves, and then him say, close my door behind me. Then him say, cover your heads, you cannot look on God, he said Smith, then instructed them to throw out some of the food stored in the building. He told a little boy to take out one of the best drinks. Then me just hear a splash. When me look on the ground, a wine drop, so me step back. And him say, it is finished. Whoever is on the other side of the wine cannot enter into the kingdom this way. The only way we can enter into the kingdom is through blood, the victim related. He said after that an attempt was made to slash his throat, but he ran. He speculated that it was at that time that he was stabbed. However, he admits that he did not feel the injury because he believes garlic was on the blade of the knife. Eventually, the victim said he went back inside the building because his wife and children were on the inside. When me did it, me start feel something warm rush down my back. And when me touch my back, a beer blood just a flow. So me start to think quick, like say, me I say, oh, me can't stop this blood. And I thought just come to me to wrap myself in the sheet when me did have. But the sheet when me did have drop, and me take me time and screech go up there and take it up, the man stated. I was so worried. Me say, yes, look like me got dead. But my wife and my son and my daughter inside of the church. So me have to figure out a way to forget them. I was saying that if me die in the process, I want to ensure that my family and others were safe. At the same time, I was praying for mercy, he said. I could not find any evil in my heart against them, even though I got stabbed. I couldn't find any anger or bitterness in me. After that, he was looking around the place and he asked, who is there before me? And we declared ourselves. And him said to me, you there? Come to me, my son, the man related. He said that he approached Smith, but did not go too close to him. And kneeled in front of him, saying, you are holy. I'm not able to approach your presence. I was following the voice I heard in my head that was telling me what to say to him. He said, you guys come on the inside. And we went there. I was at the back and him said, you cannot enter in here in your Babylonian garments. You have to strip naked, the victim alleged. We all took off our clothes. A female was there and 3 of us males was there. Some of the guys were inside. He tell them to take off them clothes. And a female police officer that was there tell her to take off her clothes. Then we put on gowns because he had baptismal robes. But then he said we should take off everything, the man said. By that time, everybody was on the outside. Only a few of us were inside. My wife looked at me and asked if me alright. He called the boy and told him to go get ply and bat the windows because when the thing hits, the place is going to be extremely cold. There's a little bit of confusion because the person on the outside cry out, Joshua, Joshua, and that drew his attention to go out there. And him say, "Una can put on no clothes, man, because una in the presence of God. Una show me so una don't have no pride before me." At that point, he said, a series of bizarre events unfolded, during which Smith asked a sick male member of the church, "Do you believe that I'm the resurrection?" To which the congregant replied, "Yes," after which Smith told him, "I'll make you whole." Following that exchange, the victim said Smith made comments that raised a red flag in his mind, but at the same time I couldn't move because everybody was still rooting for this man. By this time the police were on the outside and I was wondering to myself why the police were not coming in. And I was saying to me and another guy, "You realize how the police are driving past?" He said, "They can't see us. Cover yourself with the sheet. They can't see you." He then said, "If I be Elijah, I call down fire from heaven to consume this 50. I'm there wait to see the fire drop for real. May I tell you the truth? Because I still had some belief in this man that he's a man of God. I still believe that he was God manifested in the flesh," the man said. He said it was after that Tanika Garden's throat was slashed on the basis that her blood was not clean. She did not scream. All I can remember was like blood was rushing down in her windpipe and I could hear her choking on the blood. But she didn't scream or anything. And I think the reason for that was because the knife of an garlic, so she wasn't feeling it, he said. I was in panic mode with so many things rushing through my mind. But at the same time I believed that when she died, he was going to raise her from the dead, the man said. He also said that Smith, believing that his throat had been cut earlier, told the other congregants that he was a living testimony that he, Smith, is the resurrection and the life. According to the victim, a female member of the congregation examined his throat and upon realizing there was no wound, was obviously shocked. Just after that, the shooting started. Him said to me, "This is bigger than what you think. This is not physical. This is spiritual." I started to run and I hear pow pow. I could literally feel the fire from the gun, the victim said. He did not say who he believed had shot him. I fell to the ground. I want you to believe this what when I tell you. People might say a foolishness or a dopey story may talk, but when I dropped to the ground, I literally saw my body lying on the ground and I stood over my body looking at it and there was a rush and I found myself back in my body. Me jump up quick and I made a sound and him look at me in awe and him said to me, "You're mortal. You cannot die. Because remember, they tried to kill you twice and you did not die." The man said the pastor told him. He said sometime later, police and soldiers entered the building. Since the incident, he said, people are of the belief that he had died. Them think me dead. Even though a lot of persons in the community that I'm from, them all thinks I'm dead. All my family thinks I'm dead. It wasn't until Wednesday that I called some of my family and told them that I'm alive, he said. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.